Hey JoJo with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much for supporting the show. He says it's only this coaching staff's third game. Lots of improvements, except the receivers are inexperienced. Go Canes. And see, yeah, that's a lot of good points to that. And let's not throw our season away just yet. I mean,
I don't think anybody is.
I mean, nobody. You think about it. 4 weeks until Texas A&M lost to App State, got upset by App State. Most reasonable fans had already considered and had written this off as that we were looking at. I mean, optimistically, a 10-2 season. So we're exactly where we were. Of course, I would have loved to have won this game, but after they lost to App State, everybody's like, oh, we're going to roll through there. And I'm sorry, but that's not an easy place to play. We should have won. By the numbers, we should have won. But we didn't. So here we are. Now we still have ACC play about to start. And, the sky's the limit. November 19th, we're going to roll into Death Valley and just
well, it absolutely is because, yes, third game of the year, we're having trouble finding, who's going to be that number one guy at wide receiver. But, I mean, by the time we hit the next to last game of the year at Clemson, nobody's going to be thinking about that. We're going to be thinking at that point, which wide receiver is he throwing to?
Yeah. Your thoughts on that, Hurricane?
I'm sorry. I kind of missed a little bit because I was lagging out. But what I did hear was you talking about by the numbers. I mean, the way this game played out is I don't know if you guys watch much hockey, but it's kind of the same as when you say, like, Team A outshot Team B, but Team B won. And it's like, okay, yeah, Team A was more physical. They were to get to the puck in the zone more and get more shots on goal. But they didn't get the puck in the net. There was those little mistakes that Team B took advantage of, and they were able to get the puck in the net and win the game because the final score is what matters. Okay, it's great that we had more yardage and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, we lost 17-9. We didn't even score a freaking touchdown. And it's just...
Yeah, and that's sad. We totally stalled out. I mean, we totally stalled out in the red zone. We were like, okay, we would be starting. They did really good with their punt game. They pinned us back, put us against the ropes. And we worked it down the field. Really good, driving it right down the center, throwing 2-yard passes for a loss. Somehow we ended up losing yards on them. And then drive it right down the center. Running plays, get to the 30-yard line, and then we were done. And there's a big problem there.
I think we just got a little too conservative in the red zone.
100%. I agree with you 100% on that. Play calling is very conservative.
I do definitely think that's a part of it. I think what Pete mentioned earlier is another part. The offensive line has improved from what they've been. That's nowhere near a championship caliber offensive line yet. They still have their problems.
Thanks,
I can't help but look at just some personnel decisions in the running game, and I saw this last year, and I'm seeing this continue into this year. With a new staff and a new system. Now, granted, I think some of that's going to work itself out. Kind of like I brought up, the first 2 weeks of doing this show. How much of a system do you have installed in 8 months? So that's where I don't think you're hiding any of your offense is, 8 months into putting it in. I think you're still working on getting your offense installed.
So I love this because this is the conversation that I've been having with Miami fans, not Slim necessarily, but other ones, is that so Mario Cristobal comes in and he's not looked at as a first-year head coach because he's not, right? He was at Oregon first. But This is his first year in Miami. Mm-hmm. And let's be real, the team that Handy Manny left behind wasn't exactly a gem. I mean, they had some good players. I feel like the expectation for Miami coming into the season by the majority of the Miami fans is just too high. And so they go into this game with a real shot, but let's be real, Texas A&M is not very good. And I feel like the expectation's been too high for Miami from the beginning of the season, and by the end of the season, it'll also be that way. Also, if you look at the landscape of college football right now, this has been a crazy year. We're in week 3 right now. The only team that looks like they have it done in all 3 phases right now is Georgia. Everybody else has problems. Everybody. Alabama's got problems. Ohio State's got problems. Clemson's got problems. I mean, go down the list.
Miami's got problems.
Well, so I don't know, man. I think that Miami should have won this game, but I think it's a little bit of an overreaction by me included, even though I'm not a Miami fan, about the way this team is going to come into form later in the year, or certainly into next year.
Yeah, and like I said, this is no like let's not all jump off the bus at this point. We're going into don't we got who do we play next week?
Middle Tennessee State.
Yeah, Middle Tennessee State. Okay, so we're gonna go in there, refresh, lick our wounds, get back to it, and then jump into the ACC. Now we still have a great chance to, by looking at the other teams, we still have a great chance to make it to the ACC championship and play. I mean, our defense is playing really good football. So we got to tweak our offense, get the stuff together, figure it out. I'm not ready to jump ship on Tyler Van Dyke. He's done some really good things. Everybody brags about, weeks ago. Oh my God, he's the best thing that's ever happened to Miami football. Oh my God, he had a couple bad games, missed a couple throws. Oh my gosh, let's get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I guarantee you could go on Twitter right now and there's probably Miami fans already screaming to fire Mario Cristobal.
I saw someone during the game on Twitter say Tyler Van Dyke's a choke artist. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, who the hell is he going to throw to? Right. Who does he have?
Well, I don't think he's really had much of a chance to choke against anything yet. And I mean, as far as him, having 5, maybe 6 bad passes in a game and calling that a bad day, I've seen Tom Brady have 5 or 6 bad passes too. Is he somehow a choke artist now?
I don't have a skin in the game, but Van Dyke was way down the list of issues why they lost the game tonight. It was not his fault.
Absolutely. To me, the 2 key spots are going to be offensive line and obviously wide receivers. And if you want to throw a coaching problem into that, a little too conservative with your play call, and I'll say 1 or 2 boneheaded play calls outside of that, because there were a few but then also some personnel decisions. Why is Thad Franklin not seeing the field more, especially if you're trying to run between the tackles? I want somebody that's 240 pounds to run between the tackles instead of somebody that's listed at 195 pounds. But that's just me.
And like Philip says here, the special teams, that one play with the guy muffing the punt, thinking he was going to grab it off, and you could even see he looked up before. He was already in his mind thinking, I'm going to juke this guy, I'm going to juke that guy, I'm going to go this way, I'm going to go that way. He took his eyes off the ball, and that is like the most critical thing. You have to keep your eyes on the ball. He was already looking forward past catching the ball, and that right there, that one play, I don't want to put everything on one person, and it's not. Obviously, there was a whole game. A lot of things could be done, but that gave them that easy touchdown that put them ahead by that one score. So stupid little things like that, and I do agree, our special teams looks like crap. We really got to get that together. We got to have discipline there. Otherwise, you can't afford that in a close game where you lose 17-9. That one play can be the total difference.
I mean, just look at the swing. You have the muff punt, which results in a touchdown. Let's take that off the board. They don't get that touchdown because we have the ball, and they only had 1 offensive touchdown and the field goal. So that's 10 points. And the 1 blocked field goal, let's say the defensive lineman doesn't get to the line, then there's another field goal there. We have 12. Borregales, he missed that other field goal. Let's say he makes that one. All of a sudden now the score's 15-10 and we win the game. I mean,
yeah, mistakes. You can't have mistakes and go into a place like College Station and win a football game. You better go there like Appalachian State did and play flawlessly and win the game.